Hey, good afternoon. They're pretty good machines. I've got one. Are you wanting to start a knife sharpening service or you just want to do your own knives? Well, you don't have to have an LLC to start your own business. My only thought was if you're going to start a sharpening business, a Tormek is not going to work for you because it takes too long. And once you start getting busy, you're going to want another machine and you will get busy. There's nothing wrong with a Tormek. It sharpens a lot of things really, really well. The only drawback behind it is its speed. Well, if you're not worried about a business, the Tormek is the right machine for you. Yeah, shoot me an email, go to my website, shoot me an email, and I'll send you some information on helping you. Brittany? So you don't need them till the 10th.
No, we're going out on vacation.
Oh, sweet. No,
Yep, I keep lining up perfectly for you.
awesome. We're not going to stop.
We're going to Missouri after.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're gonna stay up in Branson for a couple days, and then we're gonna go up to the park night after the fourth.
Nice.
We're gonna come back to Arkansas, stay there. Yeah, so, oh yeah,
Good. I'll have a good time.
oh yeah, we're gonna have a blast. Some of these were kind of dirty. I didn't have time to clean it. I'm so sorry. Not bad.
No worries. That's fine.
Yeah.
Fun. Let's text me when you get back. I'll be here.
Okay, if you finish one over, send me a text or back. Okay,
She has it done on Monday and Tuesday, and I'll text you.
no problem.
Cool. See you. Bye. Have a good time. Hush up. Stop it. Stop it. All right, this knife is going to take a little bit because I had to regrind it because it was all chewed up. Get my water out. Well, I appreciate people watching out there. I hope you'll hit that thumbs up button. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. We're Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears, clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. We're doing a few kitchen knives this afternoon. for two different people, two different clients that dropped off today. And one of my dog groomers just dropped off a whole big old thing of tools to be sharpened, but don't have to get those done today. So we'll probably work on those tomorrow. We're going to do these knives, finish up the knives this afternoon and call it a day. And anytime you hit that thumbs up button, it does help our little business out. We get a little bit of income from our YouTube channel, helps us buy abrasives and that sort of thing for the business. If you're watching out there, tell me where you're watching from. All right, so we got some of these coated steel Cuisinart knives. And boy, those are rough. These are in pretty bad shape, but we're going to make them cut good. Hope you're having a great Saturday wherever you're at out there. Larry, you have to work today? Or are you just out gallivanting around? Work, work, work. Good. There's millions of people on welfare out there that need you to keep working. All right, I'll check it out and I'll send you some information on starting a business, sharpening business. I got a couple of articles that I've written on it. It'll probably be tomorrow morning before I get to the email. Hey, Cody. Sorry about that. Got distracted. That's one of them down. So all of these knives have their own little nice little sheath. That's kind of nice, you know? Looks like he's got two of everything. Looks like two sets. Well, I was reading what was on my I was reading the text on my watch. I did not respond back yet. $18 people watching and only 4 thumbs up. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, please. And if you're so inclined, subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. Yeah, they're just cheap knives. These are not full tang knives. They're very lightweight. But it's kind of nice. They have their own little sleeves and everything, and they just needed to be sharpened. Well, if you're watching out there, tell me where you're watching from. We're in Southeast Texas. Yeah, I mean, come on. If you like the knives, sharpen them. You don't have to have a $400 Japanese knife. United Kingdom. Well, thanks for watching, Leslie. Hey, that's pretty nice. Got a little case to it. Keep it in the drawer. Serbia. Tim, I'd have to think about that. I would like to try that buck tool 2x42. I think that might be a good uh machine to have. I did not like those Chinese 1x30s, the Tukler and the I don't know what the what's the other one? The Vivor 1x30 and the Tukler 1x30. I had a couple of those and I did not like them. What time is it in Serbia? Got to be evening, right? Yeah, it's got adjustable speed, lightweight, um, and you can put a T-bar on it. You can mount a T-bar. I can't remember the other sharpener sent me a picture of it. He had mounted it to a board and he had bought the T-bar from the Tormek, and he made it where he could raise the T-bar up and down just like the AMK. So something to consider. 10 o'clock in Serbia. Well, it's only 3:20 here, so it's not quite cocktail time. I'm gonna clean this one first. It is pretty warm in the shop this afternoon. I've got all the fans running, but it's still 92 degrees in here. Oh, sorry. Hit the camera. This is a worn 120 grit. No problem about your English. I understand. I understand what you're asking. 120, but it's a worn 120, so it's probably around a 300 at this point. And I'm doing about a 19-degree angle. That's a low enough edge angle to make it a sharp kitchen knife, and not too low of an angle that the steel will fold easy. These are not super quality knives right here, so you want a steep edge angle on them. You're not going to want to go very low on them, or they'll just dull really quick. Yeah, this is a 120. Like I said, it's a worn 120. This is a 600, and this is a fairly new 600. Once you get the apex with the first belt, you're just refining the edge at that point. This is a 1200 grit. So I go from 6 to 1200. 19 degrees, correct. That's on these knives now. You got to keep that in mind. If I was doing a higher quality knife, I'd probably take it lower, and it depends on if it's a Western knife or a Japanese knife. Correct. The second one was 600. The second bell 600. This is 1200. And then this is, I don't call this a felt belt. It's more of like a polyester. And the idea behind, correct. That is correct, Zorengel. And this is just felt. And this is not really polishing the blade. It's just taking the burr off. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but you can see the burr flake off with this belt. And I leave the knives a little toothy. I leave kitchen knives toothy. I want them to have a little bite to them for a tomato, a waxy cucumber. Can somebody explain toothy to him? Somebody type it out. Oh, very good. All right, so this one's got a broken tip on it. You see that? Hey, Cody, are you still out there? Type out what a toothy edge would mean. Now these I'm going to take to 18 degrees, the paring knives, because you want a paring knife to be super sharp. No, I'm not using any leather on these knives. It is not a polished edge. There you go, a rougher grind. It is not a polished edge. Now I'm getting ready to do a fillet knife, a fishing knife, and I will use the leather on that one because it's a super low edge angle for one. And I know what he's cutting with it. He's cutting fish. And he wants a clean cut. When you cut fish, you especially want a very clean surgical type cut when you're cutting fish. You don't want it to tear the flesh. And a toothier edge knife will tear the flesh on fish, if that makes sense. There you go. Cody just said it. Oh, excuse me. Woo. I usually never go. I mean, just once again, it depends on the knife. It depends on what knife you got. 20, 25 would be a little high for most knives. That's more of a cleaver. A cleaver would be around 25. But you have your thinking correct. If it's a lot of time, a lower edge angle will dull faster. Just depends on the steel. Yep. All right, so we got this one to do. And you can see this one is chewed up. Look at that. This is a pampered chef. I do not know. If I do polish, I use aluminum oxide, the bar. Still, I'm gonna do this one at 18 degrees also. You're welcome. Thanks for watching and commenting. Yep, that's the aluminum oxide is the white stuff. I'm trying not to heat this up. I got a burr, but it's just chewed up. Taking my time. Don't rush it. And if I need to, I'll squirt it with some water. I always find the green a little softer and it kind of gums up stuff easier. That's what I found over the years. Seems like the white doesn't clump up as much. It's not as gooey. I have a bunch of green. I have green right here. There's all the green. I got blue. I even got some black somewhere up here. Yep. That's what happens. See, I don't put anything on this one. This belt is strictly for getting that burr off. And I am not gonna polish this knife. This is a boning knife. I'm not gonna polish it. I'm getting ready to do the fillet knife, and we will polish that one. All right, there we go. Hey, Cody, take care. Some of this one's chewed up. I have this exact same one. I don't remember where I got it from, but I have the exact same one in my truck. It's going about 1,700 RPMs. 1800. So this is really chewed up. It is just gouged really bad. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. And this is not a quality steel knife. The steel is super soft. Correct. That is correct. 1,700 RPMs. So I'm going to do this at 16 degrees because it's not going to hold an edge. This is a stamped steel knife. Well, Larry, I'm glad you're here. You just listening in the car on the drive? This machine is variable speed. As you can see, it's got a controller right here. This machine uses a Chinese sewing machine motor. Larry, you really need to get a life. I'm just saying, buddy. I'm just saying. All right, I think we still got a little spot right there. I think we got it now. We're going to do one more pass on this side, and then we're going to move on to the 600. All right, we're ready. We got it. We got an apex. We have apexed. We have pex the A. Did I see somebody said Tennessee blacksmith was on here? I was kind of looking through as it scrolled by. I thought I saw Tennessee blacksmith. All right, so we are going to polish this one. So this will be a polished edge on it. This will cut really good now. I don't think it'll hold an edge very well. You're only going to do so many fish with this before it's dull. This is not a quality knife. I have the exact same one. And it works. It works pretty good, but it dulls fast. That's how sharp that is. It is nice and sharp for the customer. All right, I got some more knives for another customer. We might as well keep going. All right. I'm not sure what you're asking. This machine, this motor right here, the maximum speed is 3450. And I've got it at 50% speed. If you want to look up the specifications of this model, go to amktactical.com. amktactical.com. And they'll give you the specification. This is an AMK 76 sharpener. Larry would know. So this was the second customer that brought in stuff today. They're not going to come pick it up until Monday. They live down on Galveston Island, so it's a pretty good drive up here. You should talk to the guy that makes these machines. Send him an email. Go to amktactical.com. He can probably answer all those questions for you. I don't build machines, so you're talking a foreign subject to me. We're getting close to cocktail time. E-man, you're asking me too many questions there. I mean, there's lots of debate on the material and so forth. I sharpen. I mean, carbon steel is very hard to sharpen. High carbon steel is very hard. I don't do anything like that. Drill bits, those sort of things. Machine tools, tooling, very hard to sharpen. My business is pretty simple. Salon and barber shears, pet grooming shears, clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. There are a few knives I turn down. Some of these exotic metal EDCs, Magna cut steel, and all these things like that. If it's a knife where the geometry of the blade is something I don't feel comfortable with, I'll tell them to send it back to the factory or find another sharpener or learn how to sharpen it yourself. Make sense? My business model is super simple. I don't do saw blades, I don't do tools. If it cuts hair, food, fabric or fur, those are what I sharpen. Somebody called me yesterday about a sword. No, I don't do swords. No sword for you. There's some sharpeners that want to sharpen everything. Have at it. Have fun, man. I make the most amount of money off of dog groomers. That's the largest part of my business is sharpening dog groomers tools. Well, it's 4 o'clock on a Saturday. It's cocktail time or really close to it. We got 2 more knives to do, and then we'll have a cocktail. And we'll be shut down for the day. I'm done for the day. I do have some more stuff to sharpen. I have a dog groomer just brought in a bunch of stuff a little while ago, but she's not going to pick them up until the following week. But I'll get them done tomorrow probably. I'll get a lot of it done tomorrow. Take care. Thanks for chatting. Sorry I couldn't be of more help to you, but I'm not a machine manufacturer. I buy all my equipment. That was not good. I just drugged that off the plattens. Don't do that. That's not good. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. This one's got some pitting in it. I'm trying not to heat it up. Well, I hope I got some new subscribers out of this afternoon. This was a long live stream. Larry, I appreciate you hanging tough on this and listening and answering his questions. If people are asking me to build a piece of equipment, I'm not your guy. All right, we've got one more knife left. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming in. So it's 11 o'clock in the evening in Serbia. It's time to go to bed. We're just getting started here in Texas. It's almost time for cocktails and dinner here in a few hours. But I'm tired. It's hot. It is 92 degrees in the shop, even with the fans on. Cocktail time in Michigan. What's your pleasure, Larry? There's my temperature. It's still Saturday in Serbia, correct? It's Saturday night in Serbia. What is that in Celsius? I don't know. I don't know if I can change it to Celsius or not. Can I change it to Celsius? Celsius? Somebody calculate that for Rizzo. What is that in Celsius? So we got all of those done. We got all of these done. And then we got to get all of this done tomorrow. So this is all dog grooming. This is all dog grooming stuff. Oh, there you go. So, Pete, is there a button on it? Oh, it is. You're so smart. There you go. There's Celsius for you. Pete, you're so smart. So that would be hot for Serbia. Am I correct? Oh, it's warm here, man. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a great day wherever you're at. 25 is pretty warm, isn't it? That's summertime. Well, we're just getting started here in Texas. It's getting summertime. Yep, 33.3% degrees Celsius is 92 degrees Fahrenheit. That's my shop. That's how hot it is in here. And that's with the fans running. You can see the flags moving and everything. And then, oh, that's hot. I didn't think it got that hot in Serbia. And see, there's the dog. All right, guys. I think I'm going to go have a cocktail. Hey, I appreciate you watching from Serbia and Michigan. Pete, sorry you came in late, Pete, but I appreciate you telling me how to change it to Celsius. We don't use Celsius in America. Old sailors drink old rum. Ah, I'm not a rum drinker. We were in Jamaica last summer for a week. We were in Jamaica. My daughter got married in Jamaica last June. We were there, and that's all they had was rum. And I'm not a fan of rum, so it was hard to find any good whiskey in Jamaica. There was one bar in the whole resort that had Crown Royal. That was the best. That was the best there was. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I don't think about Serbia. I think of Serbia being cold, but I guess you are south. You're closer. You're closer to Greece and down there. So, right? Is that where Serbia's at? Serbia's south towards Greece, right? East of. Hey, Pete, I appreciate you watching. I know you've popped in here before. Your attendance is very much appreciated. I appreciate you guys a lot. You guys make me about $100 a month on income from YouTube, so it's greatly appreciated when you guys watch. So what else? Appreciate you guys watching. It's been 77 minutes we've been on here. So I'll probably come back on tomorrow when I start doing some of this dog grooming stuff. I'm shutting it down for the night and go have a drink. So I hope you guys have a great Saturday night. Thanks for watching. That flag it's a police flag. That's that's our American flag that it's called Blue Lives Matter in America. So you fly this flag to support the police officers. And I have a lot of police officers as clients. The city that I live in, the police officers, I sharpen their pocket knives for free. So they'll come to the house. You support police officers. That's all it means. That you're in support of the police. Believe it or not, that is a big thing in America because some people do not support the police in America. It's sad. So, yep, that's the reason why. And I got the American flags back there too. So there's the American flag back there. But the blue flag is specifically for police officers. I love the kin onion. I think it's a great one. Oh, I'm sorry. I like the Ken Onion work sharp. I have two of them. I carry them in the truck. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go. Zarel? Yes. Okay. Police flag. That's correct. Hey, send me an email. Go to my website. Go onto my website and send me an email. Whoops. Sorry. And you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And anytime you have any questions, let me know. And I can give you some ideas of people to talk to. If you're going to build your own machine, I can give some people you can talk to. They'll probably help you. So there's my website. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Before the leather, okay, Pete. Here's my belts. 120, and that's a really worn out 120. This is a 600, 1200. This is that yellow belt that Cliff Curry sells. He calls it a felt belt, but it's not felt. It feels like a tennis ball. And then there's leather for that one. That's on this machine. I think I have an 800. Yeah, I have some 800s. There's some 800s. I just used a 600, but you can get an 800. I buy all my belts from Cliff Curry. Do you know him? And see, here's all my 1x30s. So I got 1x30s over here, and you can see all the. Oh, sorry, I tripped on the dog. There's all my 130s over there. And then here's my other AMK. This is my AMK 75. This is the 1x30. And then I have all the belts for the I have the little belts. Were they 1x18 for the work sharps? Pete, you still there? All right, guys. Well, I'm going to sign off, and I will talk to you guys soon. Anytime you have any questions, you can find me on my website. You can go to my website and text me on there. Exactly. Whetstones take way too long. If you're just going to sharpen your own knives, it's okay. But to have a professional sharpening business and doing stones takes way too long. All right, guys. Y'all find me online and we'll talk. Take care.